Hey, what's up, guys? Sam House here, doing the NBA DFS chat for numberFire. Tonight is the last night of the regular season for the NBA, so there's 14 games on the slate, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of value to be had, and that it should be a lot of fun. Finally, one last time. So, first we want to look at the top price players that we want to play. So Russ Westbrook is the guy for me. I'm going to have a ton of shares of Russ Westbrook. I think, he's the only real expensive guy who's worth value. I don't know if I trust Anthony Davis in a tough matchup against San Antonio. James Harden has one of the toughest matchups on the board going against Utah and their stingy defense. So I'm probably staying away from those guys. And we're not even sure if LeBron's going to play, let alone play his full complement of minutes. So pretty much I'm staying away from those guys other than Westbrook. And with all the value that's on the board tonight, Westbrook should be in a lot, if not all, of your lineups. So, some other guys, speaking of Westbrook, I like Enes Kanter a lot. Thunder are playing Minnesota, who's probably the worst defensive team in the league. They give up a ton of fantasy points to both big men and point guards. So Kanter and Westbrook should continue to dominate and hit value relatively easily tonight in what is a must-win for the Thunder to keep their playoff hopes alive. So those two guys are definitely in play. On the other side of that ball, we're looking at Zach LaVine and Justin Hamilton. With Westbrook carrying the load on the offensive end, he hasn't been great at slowing down opposing point guards as of late. So LaVine has been real hot lately. He could have a big game against Westbrook. Justin Hamilton, similarly. We know about Kanter's defensive deficiencies. So Hamilton could be big on the boards and hit value at a pretty cheap price as well. So a couple other guys that I like at decently expensive prices are Michael Carter-Williams. He's coming off of a huge game against his former squad, the 76ers. He gets another good matchup against the Celtics. And Hassan Whiteside, who's been scorching hot. He gets a great matchup against Philadelphia, and who knows what the rotation will be like for the Heat now that they've been eliminated from the playoffs. I don't know if Wade's going to play. I don't know what's up with Dragic. Regardless of whether those guys play or not, Whiteside makes an excellent play at center tonight. Kawhi Leonard is the other guy at a relatively reasonable price that I'm looking at, though. And now that his price is so high, he hasn't really been reaching value lately. So he's in play for sure, but I don't know. There may be better options to look at, including the two small forwards or wingmen from Denver. Kenneth Faried is going to sit tonight, so is Randy Foye. So Wilson Chandler and Danilo should both log heavy minutes tonight. Both guys have been really hot when they've been on the court. Chandler's coming off of a big game while Danilo sat. And Danilo, when he's played the last couple of games, has been unbelievable. So both those guys are really in play, and I like them both more than Kawhi tonight. So like I mentioned before, there's a ton of value tonight. It starts with the Lakers and the Kings. Jordan Clarkson's not going to play, and neither is Amri Caspi, which makes this a really interesting matchup because the Lakers and Kings played each other last game, and both of those guys had monster games. Since neither will be playing tonight, we're looking at guys like Jabari Brown. He could play up to 40 minutes tonight. And Sacramento is actually the worst against the shooting guard in the league, so he makes a really interesting play. Derek Williams and Jason Thompson both make great plays. Derek Williams, especially, he's going to see a lot of time at small forward with Caspi out now that, and Jason Thompson will see a lot of minutes up front with no Cousins or Gay. So. Those two guys, McLemore is definitely in play as well, and so is Sauce Castillo, Nick Stauskas. So I'm definitely more interested in Thompson and Derek Williams, but both those guys are in play as well. Jordan Hill also is coming off of a pretty solid game against Sacramento, who struggles very much against the big man and will be in the starting lineup again. So he makes an interesting start, too, if you're looking to save money at the center position. A couple other guys that I really like tonight. I'm looking at Alan Crabb. CJ McCollum is not going to play tonight. Neither is Aaron Aflalo. He's not back, and so Crabb could see a lot of minutes tonight. And he's got a decent skill set. I mean, he was a really good player in college, and should be able to fill in well, similarly to how McCollum was filling in. And he's at min value across the industry, so he makes a really interesting play. And Jason Smith from the Knicks, who's been real hot and is coming off of a 40 fantasy point performance, so he should be a really strong play as well, and definitely at his cheap price. So I think that's all I got for today. I mean, good luck. 14-game slate should be a ton of fun, a lot of action, and hopefully you guys finish the season on a strong note. Definitely check out our optimal lineups throughout the day. They'll continue to be updated as more news comes out, and there will be a lot more news because who knows who's going to play for teams that are already locked in to their lottery and playoff seeding. Also, check out our app. All the projections are up on the app, and you can ask questions on the app. So that's really cool. Definitely check that out. Check out our custom tools and stuff on the website. The custom optimal lineup generator is really awesome. And then, definitely hit us up on Twitter at numberFire, or hit me up individually at @real_house, HAUSS. So, good luck tonight. Talk to you guys later. Peace.